So I got rejected on a date because I was wearing primark clothes on my date.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tongue.
Guys, I just came out of the shower, yeah, and I just remembered something that happened to me some few years ago, and I'm here to share. Today's my first time of doing the story time, so if it goes well, then I would, bring more story times and share some few experiences or some few things that has happened in my life. Let me start with the whole story. Back in 2016, it's been 4 years now. Back in 2016, I was done with sixth form, so I decided to take a gap year and work, get money, go to uni 2017. But whilst I was working, before I even made that decision, I spoke with my dad, and my dad said, okay, whilst taking a gap year and working, why don't you go to college and get another extra degree on top of your 3 diplomas you have already? I said that's a good idea. So for me to do only one course in college, I had extra time obviously to go to my workplace and stuff. So I used to go to college only twice a week. So I applied for applied science. I got into college and I started going to school. And I started going. So when I was in college, I met this girl. She became my friend then. She was also Ghanaian. She was black. So we became friends, and then along the line, she was dating. Okay, this story involves 2 guys, guy A and guy B. Guy B is the guy who rejected me. He's gonna come into the picture later. But now guy A was the guy who was dating my friend at that time. One day I walked in the library, she was talking to the guy, and the guy heard me saying my dialect to this girl, and then he asked the girl that am I Ghanaian? And she said, yeah, I'm Ghanaian. And then the girl turned the camera on me. So when the guy saw my figure, he then decided to hook me up or link me up to his boy, innit? That was back in 2016. That's what they used to do. So after they were done talking, my girlfriend, which is my girl, my friend, let me say my friend before it turns into something else. So my friend spoke to me that her boyfriend wants to hook me up with his best friend, and I was like, no, I'm not interested. I'm just working to get my money. That time I was a bit young and I wasn't even interested in men at all. I was like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to get to know anybody. That's it. And she said, just start talking to him. Like, he can just be a friend. Just start talking to me. And I was like, okay, fine. Just give my number to your guy, and your guy will give it to his best friend. And then we started talking. Then fast forward, we started talking. We spoke for like, let's say if he had my number Monday, I went to meet him on Saturday. So one Saturday, was it on Thursday or Saturday? No, Saturday, we 4 agreed to meet in Canada Water, this game center place. So we met in Canada Water. When I and the girl got there, yeah, they weren't there. It took almost an hour for the girl's guy to come there. So it took guy B like 2 to 3 hours before he got there. So when his friend got there, I was complaining that why is he not here? I've cancelled my work for this guy. It's not like cancel work, then I got a day off for this guy and he's not here. If he knows he's not going to turn up, he should tell me, and then I'm going to go to my yard. I'm going to go back home. It took me nearly 3 hours to get into, it took I and my friend 3 hours to get into that location. So for me to come up after 3 hours, for me to come into that location and you're not there, and I've waited there for like 2 to 3 hours. What are you doing? Like, I'm not here to be waiting around waiting for men. I started texting him after an hour, and I was like, you know what, if you're not coming, just let me know. I want to go back to my house. And he said, oh, he has to wait for his mom to come home and look after his baby sisters, or his sisters, so that he can come to the place. Now it's like, cool, I'm still gonna wait in it. So after 3 hours, this guy showed up. When he came, he was wearing, like, this guy was all up. He was wearing jeans, these big trainers, this Jordan, was it Jordans? I don't remember. But he was all out. And guess what I was wearing? I was wearing Primark cap, Primark top, Primark leggings, as far as Primark trainers, guys. I'm not deep in this. Like, how stupid. was I at that time? Obviously, I was working 24/7. I had money, but I didn't know how to spend it. I didn't know how to use it at that time. So don't get me wrong, I had money at that time, yeah, but I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know what to buy with it. So I was shopping at Primark. I was wearing Primark leggings, Primark trainers, no brand. I was wearing Atmosphere. So when I saw the guy come, I was like, why have you dressed up? This guy came all out. So when I saw him, he came to me, he was like, oh, I'm sorry this happened. I was pissed off, so I wasn't even giving him any attention or anything like that. So we decided to go to KFC. Imagine, KFC on the day. You took me to KFC and you rejected me after. Wait, he took me to KFC and they rejected me afterwards, and you're telling me I'm cheap? 6 wings, £2.99. Yo, okay, we went to KFC. we went to KFC, yeah, and after eating, he invited 2 of his friends to come along. So whilst we were eating at KFC, 2 of his friends came there. So when they saw me, obviously they were looking at me in a weird way, but I didn't know. So after I went home, on Saturday, from that Saturday evening, this guy changed. He didn't even call, he didn't even text if I was at home. So the following week, yeah, this guy changed. He wasn't picking my calls anymore. He wasn't replying fast. Like, he changed, basically. And I didn't know why. So the following week, after 2-3 weeks of me meeting him, he then called me and said he's not ready for a relationship. He doesn't want to be in a relationship with a woman. He has had his heart broken, so he's still healing from like bullshit excuses. But I didn't know that he rejected me because what? I was wearing Primark head to my toe. So I was like, you know what, okay, that's fine, I'm not going to pressure you, that's alright. So I spoke to my female friend about it, and she said leave him, and if he is not interested, we can't do anything about it. And I was like, cool. I was done with sixth form. I went to uni 2019. After 3 years later, guys, 3 years, I became friends with one of his friends in it. So I met this girl after 3 years. I gone apart in the park and we became friends. Even way before I met Guy B, yeah, they were friends already, but the girl didn't know me. So I became friends with this girl. I was good to her, we were good friends, and one day she told me that, you know what, Tundra, I have to tell you something. I was like, what? And she said, do you remember Guy B? I nearly mentioned his name, you know. Do you remember Guy B? And then before she even told me this, yeah, but before she even told me the reason why this guy rejected me, I've seen this guy once again in my life. That was Music Awards 2019. So I've seen him, the way he was. Okay, I don't even want to go there. It's none of my business anyway. When I saw this guy, I was even thinking in my head, was this guy was even going to be in a relationship with? Now he's not even my type. He's not even my class. Like, I'm not saying anything bad here. Don't get me wrong, guys. But I'm just like, you know when you throw back here, and now you used to talk to these few boys, and right now in your life current situation, you think, what did I see in them? Like, what did this guy had that I was so mad about him? Like, you know. So she told me that do you remember this guy? And I was like, yeah, I do remember him. And he said, so do you remember the day you guys went on a date, 4 of you guys? And I was like, yeah, this KFC Canada Water, yeah. And she said, after the date that evening, this guy came into a group chat, or I think video call, like group video call, and they were talking about me, like he doesn't like girls who wear Primark stuff. Like, you're coming on a date, you're coming to meet a guy, and you're wearing Primark, everything Primark. Like, nah, man, I'm not gonna go out with a girl who wear Primark. Like, she doesn't even know how to dress. She doesn't even know how to put things together. Listen, that was true. You know why? because that day I was wearing even trainers. I was wearing Primark trainers, and it was so obvious. But Primark is a brand now, is it not? Atmosphere? But you know one funny thing? This same guy buy jeans from Primark, boxer shorts from Primark, socks from Primark, top from Primark. Are we not the same? Nigga, are we not the same? Like, you also buy from Primark, just that you know how to put it together, right? I buy from Primark, I don't know how to put it together, but we basically shop with the same brand, Atmosphere. So when this girl told me that, oh, that was the reason why he never contacted you again, and I was like, really? When I was listening to this girl on the phone, I was so pissed off. I was so angry. I was like, what? So because I was wearing Primark stuff, and you know one thing, I nearly left something out. After we met, after the date, yeah, after that, this guy started asking me for money. So when this girl was saying these things on the phone, yeah, I told this girl that if he said that he doesn't like girls who wear Primark, basically girls who wear Primark are cheap, they don't have money, why was he asking me for money? Why did he take 30 pounds from me? Why were you asking me for money? So I was so pissed off. I was shouting on the phone to this girl, and I was like, that's why they were looking at me in a funny way. So after the day, they were insulting me, they were cussing me out, they were insulting me in the group, and I think after a year later, I heard something about Tundra shop at Primark in it, but I did not really paid attention to it. So when this girl told me this last year, I said to myself, so that's the main reason why anytime his friend sees me, they kind of mention Primark, but I never, and she was like, yeah, they always think that everything you're wearing is Primark. Now that I have more money like before, now that I can afford any brand I can, now that I can afford any brand I want, now that I have YSL, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Gucci, now you want me, Abby? Now you want to date me? I'm asking you, now you want to date me? You know, I don't understand why sometimes men reject women. Sometimes men say to themselves, oh, I don't want to go out with this particular girl. I don't want to go out with a girl who doesn't have big bum and big ass. But you don't go to the gym, you don't have abs. You have pot belly. You've got chubby hands. You don't want a girl who doesn't have boobs and bum. Okay, you don't want a girl who doesn't have bum, but you don't have six packs. Doesn't even match. If you want a girl who has bum, go to the gym, get your six packs. If you don't want a girl who shops in Primark, start buying from Nike and stop buying boxer shorts and jeans from Primark. It's not good. You rejected me because what? I was wearing whole Primark on a day. If you knew that my future was going to be like this now, me owning my own damn business, me having this big business that I can afford everything you're wearing, me having my own 2-bedroom apartment in uni, me having money that I can afford anything, if you knew that this is how my future was going to be, do you think you could have left me that time? Nobody knows the future. Chat to me when you see me around. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening. This one went well. I'll definitely bring a lot of story times. I've got a lot of interesting things happening in my life and still happening. And then yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thanks very much. See you in my next video.